Hello and welcome to week 3. I am very excited to be here on this week. This is where we start the kickoff to our argumentative research paper with submitting the topic for the research paper this week, and also you have a group discussion in regards to the topic and the lenses or the viewpoints that you can possibly write your paper from or about. Before we get there, I do want to point out a couple things. One, the announcements. Please make sure that you are looking at your announcements, if not daily, every other day, because I do post various aspects here with a lot of information. You can also reply to the announcement, ask questions here that other students may have the same question, and that way it can be responded to either by myself or one of your peers if they know the answer to it. The other thing I do want you to look at is from the home page for the office hour. There's some confusion. Please go to your instructor underneath the home page, and then underneath biography, here's the link for the office hour. It does require Zoom, so please download the Zoom app. It's every Tuesday from 11 to 12 Pacific Standard Time, and that's what PST stands for. So please take my time zone and adjust it to your time zone so that you can show up on time. If you submit questions ahead of time, I can answer those in the office hour as well. I will record the office hour and I will upload it into an announcement later on that Tuesday. So from here, actually I want, go here. So we go down to week 3 for the assignments. You could go through the modules aspect, but going to the week 3 takes you directly there. You have the writing and research. This is study material for you to have you read over and to learn how to do some research, how to select a topic, also how to use search engines and such, evaluating bibliographic citations. So please read over all of these sources here. It does take you to the Purdue OWL system, which is the Purdue University Online Writing Lab, because they have some of the best information there. Mark done when you have that completed. The next is the topic approval. Notice it is due on Monday. Okay, this is my time zone. It is due by 11:59 Mountain Standard Time, which is where BYU Idaho is. And again, it should adjust to your time zone when you set things up on week 1 or in week 1. Follow the instructions very, very carefully for this assignment so that you get things correct. First, you're going to go to the opposing viewpoints at the McKay Library website, which is the BYU online portion of the library. You're going to the Browse Issues section. Then you are going to find a topic that's interesting to you. This is very important. You don't want to write on something that bores you. You also want to make sure you stay away from the hot button topics: abortion, pornography, prison systems, COVID mandates, things like that. Find something that is of interest that you know people have opinions on, but you haven't formed your definite opinion yet. Because if you select a topic that you already have a definite opinion on, your whole paper is going to be full of bias, and we want to avoid that aspect. The whole point of researching is to develop your opinion on this particular topic. So you do want to look at the different viewpoints here. There's examples on how to do that. And then number 3, after you've read the material on the subject, come up with a list of questions. This is where you're going to start your questions off with should, is, or does, because those questions lend to a couple different viewpoints on the topic. Have several questions. This will help navigate you through writing your paper and help to narrow in on a specific portion of the topic that you want to focus on. You do not want it too broad, but you also don't want it super narrow. You want to have a nice medium in there. Finally, state the overall question you want to write about in the argumentative synthesis essay and why you want to write about it. 50 to 100 words. There is an example here for you to look at, and then you can look at the whole entire example. Please use proper MLA formatting. Go back to week 1 or go back to the announcements and find the video where I went over proper MLA formatting, setting up your paper correctly, things like that. From here on out, everything must be in MLA formatting. I will heavily grade if it's not in MLA formatting. That's very important because your whole entire research paper needs to be in MLA formatting. The next assignment is your reading response. This assignment for this week is to help you not only annotate, but now you're going to look at an article that you research that is an opposing viewpoint or a counter argument to Carr's opinion from Is Google Making Us Stupid? So first you're going to read this article, you're going to annotate it like you've done the last couple weeks, and then you're going to find your own article that is a counter argument to that in the online database so that you get used to navigating that online database. You will write a 250-word response on this article. Again, it is not a summary. Okay, it should respond to the articles to where you're taking a stand or making an insightful observation. Then, and again, making sure is in MLA formatting as well. You also need to have at least one direct quote that follows MLA formatting, and it needs to be done correctly to where you're not plagiarizing. We want to stay away from plagiarizing. That's where you're using the thoughts or ideas or direct quotes without citing where you got that information. The biggest thing is to cite your sources as you use the information. Here is the link to look over how to do that. Go to Purdue OWL, again, the online writing lab, and look at the correct formatting for your response with heading, spacing, font type, and size, and then you will submit your 250-word response along with your annotated articles. The next step is going to be the discussion for this week. It's very important that you turn in your topic assignment on Monday so that I could get you feedback and turn it back to you with approval or disapproval. If it's disapproved, you're going to have to go back and relook at your topic or choose a different topic and resubmit again. So I do have this discussion board due on Friday, October 1st. It was originally going to be due on Wednesday, but I moved it to Friday, so it gives you a little bit more time to get that topic done and get it approved. I hope to have everything approved by that Tuesday and Wednesday, the latest. Please watch this video on the lenses of invention. This is where I was talking about the various viewpoints you want to take it from, what lenses are you going to use. And you can have like a cultural lens or a political lens or a technological lens or environmental lens. Just depends on your topic. And you're going to participate in the group. Please following the instructions here, responding to your peers. That's a big part of this. And making things, instead of saying, oh yeah, that's great, actually give good constructive feedback. Nobody likes feedback that is not very constructive. Be kind and considerate of your peers as you're giving feedback, but allowing that feedback to be able to not only help yourself see the assignment, but also to help them improve. Then last thing for this week is the awkward sentences quiz. Again, it's due Friday, October 1st. You have 120 minutes. You have 2 attempts allowed. I'm not sure why it's not letting me undo everything, but please follow the steps, looking at all the information here and then taking that quiz. And then the biggest thing, just like the apostrophes quiz, applying what you have learned. I noticed last week after the apostrophes quiz, a few people turn in their papers and they are missing apostrophes. So applying what you learned is very important. So that is it for week 3. If you have any questions, please answer or ask them in the announcement section, and either myself or one of your peers will answer them. And I look forward to seeing your submissions. Have a great week.